Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Yes.
When can I come to the gym?
When is the
What do you
slot?
Is a gold tooth healthy?
Yo, off the bat.
First question off the bat.
It is like, okay, let's go straight.
Let's go straight to it.
It's a loaded question, but if it's done correctly, then no problem. It can be healthy. Healthy really depends on how much of your natural tooth you're cutting away to replace with gold, or is the gold going straight over your natural tooth and you're not doing any damage to your natural tooth? Was your tooth damaged before and you're replacing it with gold? There's many categories.
Because you've seen people when they take off their gold tooth and it's like that brownish green.
Pops.
That tooth looks like it was lonely in there.
It might not be gold also. It might be synthetic gold. Right?
Bronze.
And then it can be anything. It can be any metal and they plate it. And then they figure and then they tell you got a gold and you won't know.
So how much is the percentage of real gold teeth in South Africa right now?
Like, we're dealing with high-level girls. Have you seen his smiles?
Wait, before we get to grills, let's start by the building blocks. A gold tooth. Plate. Esther.
They are not
Can't answer,
many.
it depends. If we go and we are focused on town and Bree area, and because they're doing those on the side of the taxis also, just there. I win. Bro, when I used to catch taxis by Bree, there was 3 stations where people were they had pre-made shapes and they're just sticking it in. 10 minutes, done. Shy.
The L's.
Go home with a new tooth.
Yeah,
No
they
problem.
call it quick gold.
Yeah.
That time it's your taxi fare. Now you can't pay for the ride.
Singers don't.
They take it out when you don't have taxi fare. They count the pliers.
Let's translate. And when you open his coin box, you see the three.
Gold teeth. I'll keep it changed now for
Since you open the can of worms, right? I want to know do you know what the history of the gold tooth is? Like, why did people start all of a sudden?
I can only hypothesize the history of the gold tooth from when we speak about history, we say history. No?
So,
Yeah.
so when you said hypothesize, we've got Cheese Gang from...
That's the booking that I'm watching right now.
You translate
And
because
you know, singing, hypothesis.
I can only guess.
Mabarbar.
Mabarbar.
Baruba. All right, shout. I can only hypothesize.
Mm-hmm.
Many years ago, when people lost teeth, they would have to replace it with a material that was either precious, and that precious was to show status, or it had to be a material that didn't mess with the mouth. And at that time, if you go back, I don't know, let's say time of
500 years ago.
the Incas and the Egyptians and that vibe of history, and we see gold teeth during that time, right, in history, we say, okay, well, there was a status thing, and gold is non-reactive in the mouth, right? So it doesn't mess with saliva. Saliva doesn't mess with it, doesn't corrode, etc. So I assume from that time, it would have been used for its scientific and its status characteristics. Then we fast forward and we say, okay, so gold teeth that we know in the form of grills, let's say around the world, started maybe about 50, 60 years ago, right? With hip hop.
Yeah.
This is in terms of it being a flex. In dentistry, even in the last 100 years, it's been used because we know how to cast it. It's malleable. It's safe in the mouth. And so, I mean, I can tell you a funny story. You see this ring?
No, don't say that was a gold tooth.
Let me tell you what it was. My man.
came and said, answer our phone, Lex. What keep it?
Who owed you money?
And you see this ring here. Okay, listen up. My man. So obviously, yes, I'm a Julian. I'm a dentist. And so what happened, my grandfathers,
Yeah.
okay, this ring originally, in its original form, was given to my father from my grandfather, and my father gave it to me. But it was broken and old and this and that, but it was sentimental. So I was like, okay, now I need to strengthen it, fortify it, make sure it's good. My other grandfather, I had to make him a whole set of teeth. He was old, he lost his teeth. So I remade him all of his teeth. And then he comes to me with a jar one day. And this is my grandfather from Mahikeng, right? He comes to me and he's kept this thing. He's got this jar, chiki. And I'm like, what is this thing? And he gives it to me. He's like, I kept you these. These are my teeth, my actual teeth that he kept pulling out. Nah? And I looked at them, and they were all full of gold crowns, like gold coverings. Yeah. But at that time in Iran, where he's from, they were using 22 karat and 24 karat gold, like nice gold, not like diluted, mixed with
Not the
whatever,
Devon gold.
right?
Which one is this one?
The one they use in the 50 cents.
Banna.